is a second camp because we're at a women's today.
Yeah, we got the B kid.
Oh, that's nice.
How are you going to recruit?
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Superior Heights John Wayne Flott football field in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, where we're hosting the junior NOSSA final between the Korah Colts and the Llewellyn Knights. So, JB, I got a chance to talk to the head coaches before the game, and unfortunately, Coach Bernabucci has a commitment with the hockey team his son plays on, and he'll be unable to play today. And Coach Elliott, longtime football coach, lots of head coaching experience back in the day, Hargraves winner. He's going to take over today with the reins and with his trusty assistants, obviously, Coach Nisbet, Cheech, and Coach Bernetti. And then talking to the head coach, Harley Lotto. And he's looking for a great game today. He's said they do a little bit of both, run and pass. And he's looking to see how they stack up. And he knows the history of the Korah program and how it goes, but he tried to differentiate with his kids that seniors are a lot different than junior, and the seniors have a lot more years of coaching underneath them, so that they when they get to that level they're ready. But he knows that some of these kids are only getting 1 and 2, so he's interested to see how it stack up. And maybe you can elaborate a little bit on the Korah team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Llewellyn, I don't know a whole lot about. We did see their senior team here, I think, last year for the NOSSA final, and they put on a good show in senior. So this looks like a program in Sudbury that seems to be on the rise. Their junior program now putting up the same type of performances locally as their senior, but we're pretty familiar with this Korah group. The one thing I noticed about Korah this year, there's not that one star player on this group that really stands out or carries their offense. They are a really balanced offense, a really balanced defense. It really seems that everyone's carrying the load on this Korah team this year. And although Marco Bernabucci's not here, you spoke about it, the coaching staff, very experienced. They've been together for a long time. Coach Elliott's been a head coach here in this junior program in the past as well, so certainly a lot to go off of, and I'm excited to see how this stacks up. In junior, anybody can make a mistake that can alter the outcome of this game, so we really don't know what we're going to get here today.
Yeah, 100%. The junior team, the junior loop is, it's so unpredictable. You can see some things, the trends that will happen in the game, and then you're going to see other times where, anything can happen. Sort of junior football, and with 4-down football, there's different sways to the game, and it can go either way. So I'm looking at referee Grev here, and it looked like Llewellyn won the toss, and it looked like they deferred. So Korah will be receiving to start this game. And I think we're in for, we'll see how the things go here in the first half, but we're in for a treat. It's always different to see, we do the commentary on all the high school games locally, but when you have a team come from out of town, it's always a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, and that's the exciting thing. It's just getting to see how the game is growing elsewhere in Northern Ontario. And for us that are a part of the SaberCats program or the Steelers program, we get a taste of that too by getting to go and see these neighboring communities. But Sudbury seems to be on the road to growth when it comes to football. A city of their size that's always been known more for hockey. But I've seen some good things from this Llewellyn program the last time I saw them, so we'll see what we get out of them today.
Yeah, the Sudbury program evolves just like the Sioux one does. It's always a fierce battle, competitive battle. And I just want to give a couple of shout-outs. I know Big Dill Monaco down there at Bishops. They got an important game this weekend, along with Philly is not here in the booth with us today. He's down. His son's team, St. Clair Saints, are playing for their big championship today, so wishing them all of the best of luck in their games today. So,
yeah, no doubt. The Loney Bowl out in the East Coast, always a big hit out there. Get a chance to go and compete for the Vanier Cup. I don't know if they get to go to the Mitchell Bowl or I don't know how that rotates anymore, but it used to be the Mitchell Bowl on the East Coast.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I ran into Coach Monaco at the in the grocery store the other day. We were getting our weekly groceries, and I'm pretty sure that he said that it is the Mitchell Bowl. I could be wrong, but I am getting old. The age.
Yeah, we're from Ontario.
Not that great.
Yeah, we're from Ontario too, so we always got shipped back and forth between the UTEC and the Mitchell Bowl. So I always forget which one's east and west predominantly, and then the Canadian Bowl down south. A lot of Sioux kids down there in the St. Clair National Championship for the CJFL. So obviously Sault Ste. Marie's allegiance is to them, not so much the Okanagan Sun today, and good luck to them.
Yeah, you know what, first glance at this Llewellyn team, lots of players on both teams, but first glance they just look a shade smaller in some of the positions that Korah does, but it's not the size of the dog, it's the fight in the dog. So I think we're going to be entertained here in this first half, and we'll see how everything stacks up. Referee Grev handing the ball for getting ready for kickoff, and we'll be on our way very shortly.
Yeah, and I can tell you firsthand experience as a Sault Ste. Marie football coach who had to face a Sudbury team in the first round of the playoffs recently that you never take an underdog for lightly, especially in this game.
100%. Little chip shot here by Llewellyn.
Onside kick. Attempt by the Knights. It is
Deflected
recovered
by the
Colts.
Korah
Take
player,
over
and
first down.
the Llewellyn team had an opportunity, but Korah was able to recover. So a little bit of early shenanigans here by Llewellyn, trying to get a change in pace of the game to start right off. So.
Yeah, for sure. Coach Lalo trying to do something a little aggressive here today. I wonder if that's a little insight into his style and personality as a coach, but I like the aggression early on. Almost bounced the right way, but unfortunately landed in the hands of the second Korah player to come along.
So I imagine, we're going to see a little bit of the Korah run game. It's obviously a staple over there. Having coached there for a numerous bunch of years, I know the program and I know what the kind of how they're doing things. So it's going to be up to this Llewellyn defense to see if they can stop this run. Little pitch out here. Looks like a pitch out to number 15. Or 16 potentially.
Siren Sikorsky Foltz with the carry.
Yeah, I think that was Foltz Sikorsky, number 25, actually. We've been hearing his name a little bit more as the season has gone along. Looks like he's playing the fullback position here today in this wing T offense. So I'm sure we'll get used to his name at the end of the day.
It's like Brett Koski under center. Quick handoff, end around. Some wide open running here by number 7, Lucas Joy. We called his name quite a bit in the junior final, city final. So he had enough there for about 8 yards and a Korah first down at the just shy of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, another name if you're tuning in from Sudbury that you're going to hear quite a bit of today. As we mentioned before, this is a wing T offense for Korah. They love to run the ball. It's their identity. It's their philosophy. That tailback's going to get lots of call. Expect Drew Albury today, too, if he's healthy to be into that mix.
Well, I would 100% guarantee that. He had quite the runs there in the junior final. So Koski under center. 10:30 to go in the first quarter. Back to pass. Pass is covered well by Llewellyn. And I would assume it's Juma on that run, so.
Koski.
Sorry, Koski.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. It's early on. It's 4-down football, not 3-down, as we know here in the junior loop for NOSSA. So
no, it was a great read by the corner on Llewellyn. He covered that pass extremely well, and Koski had nowhere to go but run the ball up.
Actually, Coach, is it 3-down football for NOSSA?
No, I do not think so.
I think it's still 4-down football in the junior loop, right?
Yeah, because there's no, it doesn't go for this. So it looks like Drew Albury, we just called his name out, end around, and he's going to try to get down there.
With a huge gain, end zone.
And he's in the end zone for the touchdown.
Colts.
Yeah, if you're going to try and shut down this Korah run game, the big thing you have to be conscious of is your commitments on the contain. You can't just give up because you see the ball start to go the other way. They have that end reverse, or you can call it a W cross counter. It's definitely an effective play if you're not used to it, and if your players abandon their gap responsibilities and their contain responsibilities. And right there, we saw what happens when you're not ready for it.
Yeah, it looked like number 13 had a chance, Noah Scrobbit, to make the tackle, but he just couldn't bring him down, and Drew had a head of his team, and he was able to punch it in. So early touchdown here by Korah, just a cup 2.5 minutes into the game, trying to add the extra right now. Extra point is up and good. So Korah out to an early 7-0 start, and it's going to be up to
The Colts lead 7-0.
Coach Lalo to see if he can get his offense rolling right off the start here.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's a lesson that you have to learn against this Korah offense. That's one of their bread and butter plays that get you to commit to overflow, and as soon as they see your linebackers start to commit to that first handoff, they know that they can go back that other way. So that backside contain has to be there. Your gap commitments have to be there, because the whole purpose of a wing T offense is backfield deception. And if you fall for the window dressing, you're going to get hit.
Yeah, you know what? With you would think that there's going to be obviously a little bit of a lack of experience from the head coach, the offensive coordinator today, Coach Bucci, did that for a lot of years over there, and with him not being here. But you know what? They really didn't skip a beat there. He did a terrific job. I'm guaranteeing you, Coach Bucci had a game plan set up for them, so they got to follow the script here and improvise when needed. So,
And Levi Bluin back to return for the Knights.
Ball's kicked off.
Bluin over to return.
Fielded by number 27
Nice
from
return.
Llewellyn, having a terrific return.
Bluin up to the
Just over the
47-yard line.
42-yard line, and that's where the Knights are going to
first
take over. First down.
Yeah, Levi Bluin looks like on the carry there. Nice little shifty couple of moves to get some extra yards, and that's the part I'm excited about here today with this Llewellyn group. We talk about it in junior every season. It's a chance for us to get to know the future stars of these loops, and I'm excited to see who those stars are on this Llewellyn side, because if the last couple of years are showing us anything, this might be the team on the rise in Sudbury.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? They're going to get a test here because they're going to have to be really cognizant of the Korah passing attack, especially Evan Beauville. You know, he's just a standout defensive end with a huge, bright future. Llewellyn from the gun, run up the middle. Looks like he got himself about 3 yards.
Bluin with the carry.
Yeah, and Levi Bluin looks like he's the ace back in this offense as well, so I'm sure we're going to get to know his name quite well here today. Would explain why he looked like he had a couple of good cuts there on the return. We'll see if their balanced offense starts to show itself here, though. Coach mentioned that to you earlier. We'll look for the signs of that now.
So, still from the pistol, it looks like. Another handoff up the middle, trying to establish their run game. Looks like he was able to get about 2 more yards, so it's going to go to third down and about 5, I would assume.
Yeah, and I'm just watching this O-line. Maybe not quite as big as this D-line for Korah, a bit of a size deficiency there, but as we know, and as you know, Coach, good blocking doesn't have anything to do with size. It has to do with aggression and get off. So
yeah, and technique, right?
Yeah.
So. And I can guarantee you Coach Nisbet's going to send a blitz here very shortly. And 27 for Llewellyn bounces it out to the wide side here. He's going to be extremely about a yard short of a first down, so decision-making time for
might be a yard short.
head coach Hartley. So
Number 52.
yeah, and that blitz that you called came off the edge there from a defensive back, and number 27 was able to just hop step it, get outside anyways, and was able to almost get a first down there. We're just waiting to see what the final mark is, but it looks like it's going to be about a yard short.
yeah,
And at half field, if the early kickoff is any indication of the style of this team, they're going to go for it here.
well, you know what? It's momentum changing here, so you want to make sure that you're going to get this, but it's always challenging when you're going it from the gun and trying to get that ball handoff. You're giving the defenders enough time to go. Oh, fantastic setup there. Number 22 for
Depends where they spot the forward motion.
Adrian Aho. He looks like he was awful close to getting that first down.
Yeah, you know what? The official on this side looked like he was giving them a pretty close mark, and I'm not sure that this is not a first down here because that second effort, I think forward momentum was there. And it looks like they're going to let Llewellyn stay. Yes, first down.
Great play call there by head coach for the Llewellyn Knights. That's a little sneak trickery there, and he got Adrian Aho to take the ball from under center and get that push. That's where I was alluding to earlier, John. When you're from the pistol and you need a yard, it's you're giving the defense a chance to gain that yard back at the center that they have to give. So, but credit to the coach there. Great play call. Back to pass. Oh, and he tried to tuck it, and he ended up fumbling the ball.
By the Colts.
Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't the NFL. The tuck rule doesn't apply here, and when you go to throw the ball and you pull it back and it comes out, that's a fumble every time. And unfortunately, he thought he had something there, but there was edge pressure, had to pull it back and keep his arm from hitting the helmet, and fumbles the ball in the process.
Yeah, you know what? He might have been better off there to just throw it at his feet, and at least the coverage was really sound by Korah on that corner, and he had an intended receiver, and unfortunately, he just. It's a little bit cooler out today, and the hands when you're a junior football player aren't quite as big as when you get a little bit older. So, unfortunate mistake there, but looking for the Llewellyn defense to try and get a stop for them. So, Koski under center, handoff up the middle to number 25.
Number 25,
Siren Foltz-Sikirski.
Well, that was just great play deception there. A couple of moving pieces in the backfield. Defense wasn't really sure who had the ball, and by the time they figured out who did have the ball, he was 3 yards upfield. So a nice 6 or 7 yard gain there for the fullback.
Yeah, it looks like he did get to 7. Looks like 3 yards, so 2nd and 3. Koski handing the ball off again. Some sound coverage here by the Llewellyn team. Number 86. Oh, wind's flopping around. Sorry, folks.
Lucas Joy with the carry.
Yeah, that's
Mason
Mason.
Halford with the tackle. Able to bring him down at the, looks like just short of the line to gain.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mason.
we do have a flag holding on Korah, so that's going to back them back up again.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Llewellyn team, and they don't have a ton of defensive size, so you're going to need to have a lot of group tackling and team tackling in order to take down some of these bigger running backs on Korah. But good job there hanging on and giving his teammates time to come and help him out. He will come back, however, so what looked like a touchdown-saving play is actually going to repeat 2nd down for Korah.
So it'll be about 2nd and 13 by the time they march the yardage off. Well, we're about 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go here early in the first quarter. Korah leading 7-0. Koski under center, getting back to pass, covered in the flat, trying to go for the home run. Intended target Gavin Grisdale, and well covered by the Llewellyn secondary.
Yeah, and I think Koski was trying to test what was downfield as far as defensive coverage there, but they had quite a few guys in zone deep downfield, and they had number 10 on the flats. So maybe next time look for the easy yards, especially when you're on 2nd down. But there we'll see if Korah adjusts their passing game accordingly.
So we got a player down. We're going to send it to the booth for a brief timeout. We're good, Coach. Okay, so we're back under play here, folks. Player was carted off. Looks like an apparent lower body injury, either knee or ankle. Looks like tend to be medical person is looking at his knee, so they'll be hoping to have him back quickly. Korah back to pass. Nobody to pass to. Great coverage here by the Llewellyn team. Koski tucking and trying to run and get himself some yards. And
Great coverage by
just
the Knights
looked like he got about 4 yards there.
Nobody to
So
pass
Knights
to.
defense holding up strong.
Fourth
So
down for the Colts.
well done.
We got Matt sub here, so they're going to go for the punt. And good stand there by Llewellyn's defense. If you're the coaches, you're pleased. gives
Number
your
26,
team a little bit of
Hudson
confidence
Llewellyn.
going into this one. You never know what you're coming up against when you hear about the big teams here in Sault Ste. Marie. I know the reputation of football at the high school level is a little bit higher than that of Sudbury, but they've had teams that are capable of catching a Sault Ste. Marie team here in the NOSSA finals, and a good stand there by this defense is going to give them some confidence moving forward into this half.
So Korah back to punt. Number 19, Nolan Clare kicked it long. Return here. And great form tackles there by the Korah special teams. Number 27,
With the return.
Levi Bluen with the return.
Nice special
And
teams
Llewellyn's going to take over. It looks right around their 20,
Knights will take over.
20, either the 20 or 21 yard line with 4:10 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, what a great punt there, too. Nice and high, far enough downfield where you pin Llewellyn deep in their own end, and great coverage. Gives your guys time to get there and set up in that 5-yard perimeter. Not a whole lot you can do as the returner when you catch the ball in the air and there's 4 guys standing there waiting for you.
You know what? That was a pretty impressive kick, actually, and he's kicking into the wind here, so. So first down and 10 from, looks like the 21 for Llewellyn. Under center now, as opposed to the gun. It looks like they're going to try and get their running game going. A quick pitch out here to number 29, it looks like. No, 28.
Number 25, Elijah Ajay.
25. Very hard to see the numbers that far from the field, so looks like Elijah J.
Number 23, Logan Laginen with the
And Logan Laginen was the one who makes the tackle there, the junior loop MVP here in Sault Ste. Marie. Mr. Do It Everything for this Korah team, and right there he showed off his speed and ability to angle the play down. Great job with the solo tackle there. When you're going to go outside on Korah, you need some bodies out there to help with the blocking because their team speed is not going to let you do much.
Well, changing again, back in the gun. Back to pass. Hitting a quick hitter across the middle to number 13.
complete to number 13.
Noah
There's a fumble on
Scrobot.
the play.
And he fumbled, but able to recover his own fumble. So gained the loss there. And
Caught, fumbled, and recovered by Noah Scrobot.
Yeah, and good job there just attacking the little soft stuff in the middle. Korah's going to play a cover 3 shell a lot. They're going to try and get their DBs looking at the backfield at all times so that when the ball is out, they can all close in on it.
Number 29.
Those short plays are going to be there if you're willing to go over the middle and hit them, but you're going to have to get those pretty consistently because this Korah team's not going to allow you to have anything big over the top.
so third down and 10. Back to pass. Hit as he passes. Great catch there by number 13. Looks like number 13 is going to be their big wideout player here, Noah Scrobot. And he's short of a first down.
Pass
So
complete to Scrobot.
decision-making
Another
time
nice
again by Coach Harley Lalo.
Yeah, a nice little slant route there.
bring
Difficult
up
at this level to execute
fourth
well,
and a
but it
couple
seems
here
those
for
two
the
have
Knights.
some chemistry when it comes to that route and that play. And like we said, those soft zones in the middle underneath are going to be there against Korah if you can hit them. So
Yeah.
we'll look to see if that continues to be the game plan. And a timeout here.
Is it officials timeout or?
Looks like. Oh no, this is going to be a mass substitute. Oh no, okay, full timeout by Llewellyn. It looks like.
So interesting thought process there. It looked like he was potentially going to go for it, and now he's getting a host of. Oh, was there a player down? Is that what they were doing?
I'm not
Number
sure that's
70 's
what it
on
was.
his knee, so-
Yeah, I think that just popped up here now, Coach. So we might
Okay.
go to a break here.
Take that to the booth. Okay, folks. Looks like I can't not 100% sure, but looks like Nathan Hatchie, number 70, was able to walk off on his own accord, and they made a little bit of a substitution. Coach Lalo looked like he was potentially going to go for it, and he funneled after the injury. He funneled his punt team on, so they'll be punting with 2:07 to go. Back deep for Korah is Ryder Strachan and Lucas Joy.
It's a fake, coach.
Great
I
punt
think
by
they got
the
a first
Knights,
down.
Successful.
Wow.
Direct snap to the up back. But I can't tell if that was 27 or 28. It looked like it might have been 28, Jack Page, but great job with the direct snap take. Finds a lane up the middle, and he drags the defender for another 2 yards to get the first down.
So, I'll tell you, this head coach, Harley Lalo, has been full of a couple of surprises here. He's had his team definitely prepared for this game, and great to see. You know, we obviously want to see a challenging game, and
37-yard line.
coach is ready. He's got his team ready to go here. So, Llewellyn first down with 1:15 to go. Quick handoff to number 27.
Luan with the carry, penalty marker down. Tackled here
About
on
a
the near
6
side by
or
number
7 yard
47.
carry, but flag on the pay from referee Fitzpatrick.
Devin Clarida.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing if they have anything designed a little bit more up the middle for number 27. He looks like a great back, and he's chunking away at them here with a couple of small to medium games every time he gets the ball. But this Korah team defense is going to get you. I'd like to see him try to cut up the middle a little bit more, because that's how you really take away this Korah speed.
Well, they've had a bit of success there on the outside, but
Was holding on the Knights, so back
the
about
holding
10
penalty in the
yards, it would
interior
be-
caught them. It was even away from the play, so you know, he was doing his blocking. He just needs to learn at that point to let go a little bit before he gets to that point. So unfortunately, the 10-yard penalty is going to cost them. It'll be 1st and 20 from their own 27-yard line, it looks like. Back from the quick flare out to number 27. Levi Bluen racing to the side. Tackled out of bounds right around
Luan with the
the
carry.
37 or 38 yard line. So gained back
Next
all
in
the penalty
play
yards
tackle
and
far
some.
side by number 4.
Yeah, it'll be
Grayson
about
Avery.
2nd and 9 here to go. So good job getting themselves out of that hole a bit. Now I'd like to maybe
Gain of
see
11
them on
yards.
2nd down here, try to
Second
get some chunk yards on one of those quick inside routes while you have the opportunity to.
Back under center, so. Quick pitch out, but that went nowhere. They tried a little bit of misdirection
Big
in
loss
there,
on the play.
and looked like some missed blocking assignments on the interior line led to that.
Number 97 with a big tackle for loss.
Emerson Grimard in there for a big tackle and pushing them almost back to where they were. So,
Yeah, just from experience of coaching against yourself in the past on this this Korah D-line and Coach Elliott too, your Korah D-line is just going to have so much lane integrity and so much gap responsibility integrity, and they're big and they get back there fast. So the quicker you can get the ball out of your backfield against this Korah defense, the better. And I'm not necessarily sure misdirection helps you in this case, because these D-lines just blow up that O-line so fast.
so back from the pistol. Looking to flare the ball out here. Great catch there by number 22, but having nothing to do with it there was number
Howard's
5,
pass is complete to number 22,
Declan Murdoch.
Adrian Aho.
Yeah, nice little
Tackled by
throw, but
number
unfortunately
51,
well behind the line
Michael Marshall.
or the first down marker and the line of scrimmage
Fourth
even.
down
So
for the Knights.
I don't know if we'll see a fake attempt here. It might be a punt for real this time, but
I would hazard to guess. They look short though. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're short on their. They don't have enough players.
well, fortunately they have the quarter flip here to notice that they're number deficient here. So not a bad first half, I would say, for Llewellyn. I mean, you come in as the underdogs against the multi-time defending champion here in NOSSA, and they look to be mostly themselves for the most part here. Maybe a little bit slow out of the gates compared to what they're used to, but Llewellyn holding pretty strong. Their defense gave them a chance here, and a couple of aggressive plays by their head coach early on has them at least forcing Korah to play on their toes and be aware of what might come out of each play.
Yeah,
So
you know what?
That
The
is
Llewellyn
the
team
end
is
of the
well
first
prepared.
quarter.
You know, I think Korah got away from a little bit of their bread and butter, and I know I mentioned earlier Coach Bernabucci's not here, and you know, I really think that they need to get back to that running game based on what I've seen this year so far. So Llewellyn running on the couple players that I noticed they were short on, so They're back to punt. Looks like number 77, Monjet Eden. Back to punt from his own 16-yard line. Be punting into the wind, so I think, to be honest with you, I think Korah's back a little further than they need to be right now.
Yeah, and look to hear Ryder Strachan's name here a bit here today on special teams too. He's been quite the weapon back there on kick and punt returns.
Well, as I'm joining him back there, it looks like Lucas Joy as well. So
yeah, pick your poison.
Look at this guy. He's had a new team. He's had a new team 10 times since I
got a kick away.
Oh,
Fumbled and picked up. Was able to cover his own, so that looked like Ryder Strachan fumbled it, but able to.
Llewellyn with the recovery.
well, initially it looked like Strachan was able to get it back, but Llewellyn's coming out of the pile celebrating as if they have the ball, and the refs aren't disagreeing at this point. We're waiting for a signal here.
By the Knights.
Yeah, you know what? I thought he fielded it again, unless he fumbled it on the second pickup.
The referees are still talking about it, however.
And I mean, official Grev is wearing the white cap, and he seems to be pointing in the direction of Llewellyn. But they're undecided at this point. I think the question is, was the Korah player's knee down when he recollected the ball or not?
Waiting for a decision.
Yeah, you know what?
So he recovered it. So credit to the Llewellyn special teams here, making a recovery, and Korah is going to be forced to defend again. So.
Yeah, I think that even the officials were a little bit unsure of what to do there, and they deferred to the white cap to ultimately make the call. And I think just based on the fact there wasn't a whole lot of arguing against it coming from the other side, they decided to go with the Llewellyn possession.
Quick handoff up the middle, wrapped up by a host of Korah defenders there. Number 17, it looked like.
17,
Connor Monahan with the carry.
Nice tackle by number 52.
Yeah, nice tough run up the middle there, forcing the linebackers to step up and make a play. And
Quick, Gabe Phillips was in on the tackle on that one. So
it's 4-down football here in the junior loop, so 3 to 4 yards of carry is going to be okay. It's going to help you avoid those second and third and long situations.
So it looks like second and about 7 with 11 minutes into the second quarter to go. Fumble, and Korah defenders were all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of a quick whistle there, but the officials ultimately protecting the players and their safety more than anything here. The last thing you want is a knee being torn up or somebody taking a leg hit to the chin because of a fumble play. So nice quick whistle there, saving everyone their ability to play the next rep.
So third down. Let's see what Coach Lalo has dialed up here from an offensive standpoint. And I'd be willing to bet Coach Nisbet is sending his backers in there to get blitz on this one. Hand off into the middle, and Korah is all over top of that. So
going nowhere.
Number 27 on the carry for Llewellyn, Levi Blewin.
Number 52.
Korah was having nothing to do with that one. So
Llewellyn trying their own version of a reverse there, trying to catch the Korah linebackers, maybe being a little bit too aggressive. But again, we come back to the lane discipline and that overall commitment to being in the right spot by that D-line. And we see it again there. They're just able to sniff it out and be in the right spot.
You know what? Got linebackers coach Brunetti over there on the sideline, and he was my linebackers coach when I was the defensive coordinator 3 years ago. And if anybody knows their linebacking position, it's him. And him and Coach Nisbet are like two peas in a pod. They really understand the game really well. So back to punt again is Llewellyn. Looks like Lucas Joy on the return. Secures the ball. Tries to cut up through the middle.
Nice return,
tackled well by number 2,
That's where the Colts will have it. First
Byron Marshall on the tackle right at the Llewellyn 50. So Korah is going to take over on offense with 9:46 here to go, folks.
And Lucas Joy coming up a little bit of a hobble there, so we'll see if that impacts Korah's plan on offense here. But it looks like he's going to try and tough it out for the time being. Plenty of options on that Korah sideline when it comes to runners, though, so I'm not sure that Coach Elliott's going to push it too far if Lucas doesn't look like he's going to get better soon.
Yeah, you know what? This is where Korah needs to really start establishing their run game here and set the tone and eat some clock up and get it some more points on the board if they're going to be successful today. Number 10 here with the carry for Korah, Drew Albury, and referee Fitzpatrick in on the flag game.
Albury with the carry.
Yeah, and that was just a traditional end around.
Skrobot
Nice little play there,
goes
inside
to the
handoff
ground.
by
There's a penalty
Koski.
down there.
Looks like a first down, but we'll see what the penalty is ultimately. But a nice little play there. Good job by the guards and the blockers to get out in space and try to find some work. And Joy looks like he's still a bit banged up, but refusing to take a knee here, so we'll keep an eye on him.
Well, it looks like whoever was injured for the Llewellyn team is injured over there, and looks like they're going to have to get somebody to take him elsewhere for some treatment because the head coach for Llewellyn is having one of the parents bring a vehicle over for him. So
You need a gate key. So if anybody's got a key for the gate.
Goal. Your options are line the penalty, first down on the 39-yard line for goal. Accept the penalty, or replay first down back 10.
So unfortunately on that run for Korah, they got caught for holding, and it's going to go back 10, so it'll be 1st and 20 for the
Holding
Korah Colts.
Against the Colts. They'll back them up 10 yards. They'll repeat first down.
Yeah, and you've been at Korah long enough, Coach. You know that they have that board that they track every week in senior, and I'm sure in junior they talk about it too, winning the penalty battle. And you know, so far here today, Korah has found themselves with a couple of penalties that have taken back some plays, and it's giving Llewellyn some breathing room here in this in this NOSSA final.
So Koski from under center, quick handoff to Lucas Joy. He's getting some running room there on the outside. Nice form
Joy
tackle
with
by
carry.
number 16, it looks like.
Nice gain of 9 yards on the play.
19 maybe?
19 perhaps. Caden Riche got about, Korah got about 7 on that
Actually,
carry.
gain of 7.
Yeah, great job
Maybe
stepping
second
up there,
13.
wrapping up. As you mentioned, nice form tackle. You're definitely going to need a few of those in space against this Korah team because they get outside, they do some damage. So, no, maybe not going to be a lot of opportunities for team tackling once you get to that second level. You're going to have to make a play as an individual.
So, quick handoff to number 25. Siren Foltz Sikorsky able to get about 3 yards.
Fultz Sikorsky
Well, another great job by the
with a gain of
DBs and
3
corners
yards.
on this Llewellyn team. I mean, that's a few times today we've seen them challenged early with
Number 19,
requirement to make a
Gabe
really good
Riche.
tackle and initial contact on the outside. And at
And
first it
number
looked like there was a
74,
bit of a
Chelsea Godwin,
little bit of a
good
wobble step
tackle.
there by the running back, but
Third down.
this Llewellyn defense has their own speed, and they're doing a great job closing in on those runners
Yeah,
outside.
you know, a fantastic defense from Llewellyn here. So, 3rd down and 10. See what Korah has dialed up.
Oh,
Fumble.
reverse on the end around.
Number
Fumble
10 was
exchange
able,
recovered
Drew Albury
by
was able to recover it, and
Albury. It'll be 4th down for the Colts.
Yeah, when that's a forward handoff like that, it's still a fumble, and Korah's been so good over the years at practicing that and repping it out and making sure that they're really, really in sync. But as you mentioned earlier, cold weather, the hands are a little bit more frozen than they're used to. The sensory nerves in them maybe aren't as sharp as you're accustomed to. And on that one, it hits the W in the chest, and he just puts it on the ground, but it's fortunate to recover it here and punt it away.
not only that, but a little bit of nerves as well.
For
being,
sure, yeah.
You know, some grade 9 and grade 10s out there. So it looks like, I don't know if Llewellyn's given enough room back here. They're going to get this punt off.
Another good punt.
Fielded by number 13.
Skrobot with the return.
Skrobot trying to get to the edge and runs out of bounds
Out of bounds.
at the 26-yard line.
Force out
So
of bounds, number
Llewellyn going to
25.
take over with 7:24 to go, 7-0 Korah.
Fultz Sikorsky.
7:24 as mentioned in the first half to go. You know, it's going to be interesting to hear these halftime speeches because
they
this
still
game's
have it
pretty
first
tight,
and
and
10 on their own 32
you know,
yard line.
anything can happen right now, and you know, it's going to give Llewellyn here an opportunity to get back on the board and try and tie this game up currently, but.
Yeah, and I imagine if you're Coach Lalo, you came into this trying to convince your guys that, yeah, there's a reputation that's attached to Korah, but this is a football game. You don't play a game on paper. You have a chance to be here. You're the champions from your city. You have winning experience yourself. And a couple of bounces can go your way, and you're right in this thing. When at this point, you're down one score. You have all the reason to believe in yourself right now if you're Llewellyn.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what he told me, the head coach for Llewellyn, when I had his pregame chat, and he told his kids, like, anything can happen, and they're well prepared for today. Hats off to him.
And a little bit of disorganization on offense here, so it looks like there's going to be a timeout called.
Timeout, so we're going to send it to the booth and our sponsors. Okay, folks, we're back after that Llewellyn timeout. Back from the pistol again. Trying to break it outside, and Korah having nothing to do with that. Looked like number 22 on the carry, Adrian Aho, and a loss of about 10 on that play. So
Number 51, Michael Marshall.
Yeah, and if you're Llewellyn, you start to fall into this trap of starting to lean too heavily on your downfield passing game. And Korah has so many good weapons on the secondary of their defense. You really don't want to let Korah dictate what your strategy is on offense. You're still only down one score here. Don't go taking unnecessary shots downfield. Try to hit that soft underbelly still in that middle, because you start to try and throw the ball up in the air with the wind the way it is against this Korah defense, and it can go back the other way against you quick.
So back from the pistol. Tried to fake a pass, and Korah was all over that, and it's going to knock them back even further. So Llewellyn going the wrong way on the field here. They're going to have to really come up with a play here in order to get a first down, because they're going to be third in a bus ticket, let's call it, for a first down here. So they're going to have to break something free. And you know, I know Coach Nisbet over there, he's just waiting for Evan Beauville to make a play, because he's had a tremendous year, and we haven't called his name too much today yet. They seem to be running away from him, but the defense is definitely standing up here. So both defense, credit to both teams actually. So
yeah, and if you can't get a good chunk play here by Llewellyn, you might almost be in the territory you have to consider giving up the 2 points.
Yeah, a little flare out.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, that looked like it was forward enough to me. So you always wince a bit when you start to see bodies flying in, diving at the ball like that, though.
Well, this could be a pivotal part of the first half here, JB. You know, Llewellyn's going to be punting from their own 14, so it's just going to be a definite field position swap here.
Yeah.
And this is what Korah predicates their offense on: sound defense, getting the stops where they need them, and capitalizing on them. So they're going to put Korah in a really good position here to try and get ahead 2 scores going into the first half, going into the second half, sorry.
Yeah, and I know you're only down 1 score, and I know that your defense has held pretty strong thus far, but there's a part of me that considers giving up the 2 points here, Coach, because I just don't want to give Korah the ball on my doorstep like this.
So it looks like Llewellyn is a player short. Coach is yelling at
Well,
his
they're out of
guy.
timeouts and the gates have closed, so they're out of luck here. And they punt it anyways.
And it's going to go out of bounds right around the 32-yard line. So
Punt goes out of bounds around the 32-yard line.
Yeah, and if
That's
I'm
where the
Korah
Colts
now,
will
I
have
mean,
it, first and
you're
10.
almost in the red zone. You've kind of tried to, balance it out and try to open up your playbook a bit here today, but Korah's bread and butter has worked for a long time for a reason. It's because that's what you practice every day. It's what your offensive line are the best at executing. So I would say go back to that power run game and see if you can't break the spirit of this defense a bit by putting up another touchdown on the board. And I don't know if they're going to pause the game for this here. I don't imagine that they would, but you never know. Official Grev is a first responder, so he might have a little bit more interest in making sure that this goes off without distraction. So I think we'll send this to a break quick while the first aid does their thing.
Okay, folks, after the paramedics have arrived to take the Llewellyn player for treatment, we're going to start back up again. It will be Korah ball on the 33-yard line with 4 minutes and 58 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and anytime you have a delay like that, you always wait to see who's going to respond to it well. Llewellyn, as a team, gathered around the ambulance. We're giving their teammate a good little goodbye there, and I'm sure he was telling them to go get a win for him on the way out. So we'll see who responds here. After a little break like this, it's hard to sometimes stay warm and stay on track, but one of these two teams can have an opportunity to make a big momentum-changing play here. 32-yard line, almost in the red zone, one-score game with about 5 minutes left in the first half.
Just like to give a quick shout out to a couple of our referees local in town down at Notre Dame, getting ready to watch the Florida State Notre Dame game. Gotta admit, a lot jealous. Jimmy Corelli and very lovely and talented Carl Maniaco. I imagine they're tailgating right now and cooking up a storm, and I can guarantee you there's a Jameson around there somewhere. So, boys, if you're listening, message received. Hope you're having fun, and please have a beverage for me. Just waiting for the ambulance to back out, and then we'll be ready to go. Best wishes and speedy recovery for the Llewellyn player that was injured there. So I don't know why they just didn't do the full circle around the track, but it would have been a lot easier than backing up all that way.
Well, as somebody who's had to drive on this track a time or two to take a player away, sometimes you're just trying to get out of here as fast as possible without too much attention. So
I'll tell you, that backup all the way around that track
it's nerve-wracking. Yeah, the backup is the nerve-wracking part. Last thing you want to do is turn the wheel the wrong way and end up on the turf.
So we're just about ready. Referee Grev getting ready to whistle the ball in for play here. Okay, Koski under center. Quick handoff up the middle. Good for about 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, I think that was fullback number 25, Saultsports again. He's just really emerged as a key part of this running game as the season has gone on. And on that play there, great job securing the ball, 2 hands, getting the shoulder low. Really, really pushing through that initial line of contact and forcing the linebackers to step up and make a stop, but just short of a first down there. A nice 10-yard chunk.
Nice gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll be second and...
No, it looks like he gave him first down yardage there, folks, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the
Number 23,
Llewellyn 23. So Laginen, MVP of the junior loop, making his presence felt here.
Oh, there you go. There he is again.
Another hard run by Laginen, able to get about 3 yards before tackled by number 17 for the Llewellyn team, number 17, Connor Monahan.
Yeah, and I think that's just the Korah coaching staff putting in their stud, saying, go set the tone, we need something, some sort of momentum change here, and they get back to their hard running style, and no better player to put in there than your leader of your team, Logan Laginen. Local MVP, like you said in the junior loop, Mr. Do everything for this team. Nice aggressive running.
Koski from under center, 2nd down. Hand up to Joy, breaks it out to the wide side of the field, trying to dig his way to the end zone, and scores.
Touchdown, Colts.
Lucas Joy looked like he was laboring with something earlier. We were wondering if he was going to be able to fight through this game, but he looked plenty fast on that play. Was able to cut underneath the man on contain. Second level wasn't able to get there and fast enough, and Lucas Joy showed off that athleticism, getting to the corner and up for a touchdown. 2-score lead.
Yeah, you know what? That looked like a little bit more continuity from offensive play caller Cheech there for Korah. You know, the wing T's predicated on certain system, right? And it's, I don't want to explain it too much, but, you know, you set certain things up by running certain plays until they start biting on it, and then you hit them with the switch. But that time it looked like a little bit more continuity. And heads up to the coach there for getting things under control. Bad snap. It was a little bit high. Koski is tackled, so timing on that one was definitely off, but
Yeah, and going back to it too, just what a great move by the coaching staff to put your leader in at fullback and tell him, just go set that tone, get us back to that aggressive running style. Let's get our core plays established, make this defense start to bend our will a bit. And you saw the impact of them just getting back to their bread and butter there.
So with 3:12 left to go, that was a pivotal play, as we talked about earlier, John, that, Korah set the tone on defense and got them to turn the field over for a short field, and Korah capitalized on. So it's going to be up to Llewellyn here to try and get back on the board. With 3 minutes to go, it's still a lot of time, and you certainly don't want to give Korah back the ball without trying to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and what we've seen from Llewellyn so far, it's not their defense that we have questions about. Their defense has held up great in this game so far. They've been making some big plays. Unfortunately, field position betrayed them a bit there. Now it's time to see if Llewellyn can figure out some sort of consistency on offense. We've seen they have a couple of playmakers. Can they find the balance to get them both working in conjunction? Because this Korah defense is beatable, just we haven't seen a whole lot of it yet this year. So we'll see if Llewellyn can put some pieces together and put together a big drive.
Well, you know what? Coach Nisbet took over for me when I left a couple years ago, and he is so smart, and he's got these guys well prepared, and they understand, and he just had to catch on to what get an understanding of what Llewellyn was doing, and now he does, and he seems to be into their playbook a little bit. So we're going to see if the Llewellyn team changes it up. So the kickoff is deep.
Wow.
It's going to go all the way to the end zone here. Number 25.
It's going to be taken out.
Elijah AJ
in the far side.
brought it out to
Get
right at the line of the goal line, so I'm not sure. He just might have just got out. So
Yeah, and I think the Korah sideline's trying to insinuate that he might have touched it on the way back trying to recover it, but I don't know if that's the case. I think they're going to mark this at the 2-yard line, Coach. 1-yard line.
it went over his head. It's a kickoff, right? It's not a punt. So
Oh, sorry, I didn't know if he had to advance it out if he played it from the end zone too, but yeah, what a great special teams play. I mean, what a boot to put it over the returners first and foremost. You have the wind at your back. I'm not sure that the Llewellyn players were really putting that into consideration when they lined up, but just bombs it over the head of the returners and then forces them to get pinned back in their own end again.
yeah, this is a pivotal play here. If they don't, if they're not able to bounce the ball here, they may end up getting into that range where it forces them to potentially look at taking a safety.
Yeah.
And not flip the field, because you do not want to give Korah the ball back here with, from where they're at right now. Most likely kick would be no further than the 30. I would think they would take over at that point. So,
yeah, no, Korah missing that extra point in the last touchdown almost makes Llewellyn have to take that option if they get pinned here too. You have a way of making this a 2-score game regardless, so obviously their first intention though is to march the field and trying to make this a 1-score game again before halftime.
yep. Let's see what Coach Lalo has going on in his play calling sheet from the gun again. I would imagine a quick run trying to get upfield, but no, it's a pass, and overthrows his receiver. His core defenders are making things a little bit tough on him in there. They're getting past, so it's going to be up to the O-line for Llewellyn to see if they can get some blocks and allow him enough time to get the ball to where he needs to get to. They had a couple of successful passes there earlier to number 13 Noah Scrobot, and some runs with 27 Levi Blewin. So I wouldn't hesitate to have them try and get after those guys again. Fumble in the end zone, so this will create the safety.
Yeah, and now we're just seeing finer details kind of plaguing Llewellyn here, and I think it's just the pressure of starting to play from behind against this Korah defense. You start to rush things, you start to lose a little bit of focus, and the game gets away from you when that happens. So
yeah, I mentioned earlier, it was just a little bit more time until Coach Nisbet started to get the rhythm of what Coach Lalo was doing, and he seems to be onto his playbook. So, I'm sure Coach Lalo is going to have his game plan change, be able to change it at halftime. But this is a pivotal point in the game, because now you're going to give Korah the football back with a 15-0 lead and all kinds of time left on the clock, because I don't even think they've used a timeout left. So it's going to be, it's 2:50 to go in the first half, and it's going to be up to that strong Llewellyn defense to make a stop.
Yeah, and when this offensive line starts to get rolling and they start to get a lead on you too, that's when they really start to feel their rhythm, and they almost kick their game up a notch when they start to smell blood in the water. And Korah is not a team that's easy to come back on. When they give them the lead, it's a difficult and tall task to try and mount it again, because they do such a great job of running the clock down, keeping possession, not making big mistake plays. Just a well-disciplined team, and once they get that lead, you have to put on some exceptional performances to come back. Obviously, Llewellyn, not a team that's incapable of it. They're the champions of their loop for a reason, but a tall task nonetheless.
So, Korah's taking over on their own 35-yard line with 2:50 to go. Koski under center. Quick run here by Joy to the outside, trying to get the corner. He's got the corner.
Lucas Joy, Stony Champ. He's
They're trying to chase him
hole.
down.
Touchdown, Colts.
And wow, this is going to be the Sioux Sports turning point here, JB. He got that outside edge, but there is a flag, so we're going to see what happened here. So it may not be.
There is a penalty marker down.
Yeah, we'll see if it's after. It looks like it's going to be after the first down regard. Oh, it's an objectionable conduct. It looked like it was thrown after the first down. So I would assume it was taunting of some nature on the way down the field, and that would be really disappointing. And I'm sure Coach Elliott's going to have a word for whoever this is going against if that's the case.
Will count.
Oh, they're going to say the touchdown counts, and it's going to be a celebration flag. So it's after the score. That was thrown from way back on the field there, Coach.
Yeah, it sure was. So somebody obviously said something that they shouldn't have, and referee Grev is probably one of the pretty fair kind of referee, and somebody must have had to go across the line of what was said and what shouldn't be said. So he's having a chat with both teams, it seems to be, and letting them know that it's not this kind of won't be tolerated. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and I like that move, especially if this is going to become lopsided too. The last thing you want is these two teams to get out of hand, and this is youth football at the end of the day, representing your school boards too, so you don't want this to become anything other than a classy football game. And I like this move to call both captains forward and just explain that here in this moment too.
So Korah getting ready to add the extra point. Kick is up and through.
Koski puts it down. Stackton puts it through. It is 22-0.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of teams in Sault Ste. Marie are familiar with this position that Llewellyn's in. You keep Korah close for a bit, open up your playbook the best you can, feel good about yourself, but unfortunately, Korah has so much depth and so many athletes, and they're so disciplined that eventually they're going to break it open. And then the challenge on your end as the opposition is to not let your spirit get broken by that. You were in this game, you were feeling good about yourselves, and then in a 2-minute game clock window, all of a sudden you're down 2 scores. You just can't get down on yourselves. You have to play the next 2 quarters to the maximum of your ability, and you never know what can happen still. It's football.
Yeah, 100%. We've got 2:35 on the clock. Unfortunately, they have no timeouts left, but they have an opportunity to get on the board before the half here, because it's pivotal for them to get rid of that goose egg on the board and have some momentum building in for the second half.
Yeah, no doubt. They got some good athletes too. I mean, this is a great chance to showcase these players that are coming up through the system too. Like we said, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last time we see this Llewellyn group. Many of them might return here to a NOSSA semifinal or final in the years to come too. It seems Llewellyn's well on track to be a contender year over year now. So,
Coach Lalo did indicate that he has a young team, and it's their first year. It's a first-year team, so it's not like they have a bunch of grade 10s that played last year. So they're building on something over there, and hats off to him with this defense. And it's just needs his offense to start clicking. So, kick is up. Number 25, Elijah AJ, across the 32-yard line. So Llewellyn will take over with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go.
Kickoff return by number 25.
We'll see what Coach Nisbet has dialed up here. I'm wondering if he's trying to take away those short to intermediate routes now from Llewellyn, saying that that's something that he can get hurt by. I haven't seen them really go to it recently, so I haven't been watching the coverage to see if it's something that's been taken away. But
yeah, he's been sending the extra heat up the middle, and they're blitzing those A gaps and spreading their down linemen. But you know, it's been a really quiet game from Evan Beauville, and we watched him all summer dominate at the varsity level for the Sabercat here, and he's been relatively quiet, and it's just a matter of time before he makes his presence known here. They are definitely crowding the line of scrimmage with a single high safety. He just kind of threw that one up, and it's. Was that caught or was that not caught?
So I think the officials are going to discuss it here. I think there's a couple of ways this can go. To me, it looked like it was completion and then a fumble and then a recovery of the fumble. And it looks like that's the way they're calling it as well. It's going to be a Korah possession here. But there's also a part of me that goes, you know, did he have hang of that ball long enough for it to be an interception?
Imagine if we had a replay.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a busy day here in Sault Ste. Marie. Saultsports, their resources being split between this and Algoma Thunderbirds today. So we don't have our luxurious replay camera here on the booth. But, I mean, just playing it back in my head, that could have gone either way, that call. And I think official Edwards ultimately made the choice.
Well, you know, he was Johnny on the spot for that, so. Korah is taking over here with 2:22 to go from the center field. Koski just overthrew a wide open Gavin Grisdale, and
not an easy task to do, overthrowing Gavin Grisdale. But, you know, the wind's at your back. You're on the run, throwing across your body. Not exactly everyone's favorite direction to throw from as a quarterback is your backside, but Gavin Grisdale's a big, tall athlete, some of the best hands in Northern Ontario, if not the whole province, and just overthrew a wide-open, streaking receiver there. But going back to that defensive play, though, Coach, we talked about it a little bit earlier. There's a couple of weapons in that secondary on Korah and Ryder Strachan and Logan Laginen that you just don't want to fall into that trap of going and testing them deep because they have the ability to catch you just like Strachan did there.
So, 2nd down and 10. Handoff again to Joy. Breaking it to the outside again. Got enough for a 1st down and a little bit more. Knocked out of bounds right around the 32-yard line. 33 perhaps. So another strong run by Joy, continuing his success in the regular season and playoffs, JB.
Yeah, and there must be some sort of mismatch going on there on that right side because that's a couple of opportunities there where they've tried that power, that sweep to Joy, and he's gotten that corner the exact same every time. Really uncontested, cutting up the middle, getting to 2nd level real quick.
Well, we're going to send this brief timeout. Llewellyn calling a timeout. We're going to send it to the sponsors. Okay, folks, we're back after that 3rd timeout from the Llewellyn team. So they're out of timeouts for the balance of this half. And Korah is 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line, looking to add on to their lead. Another end around this time to number 15. Good for about 4 yards. Sorry, my mistake. Number 19, Nolan Coder.
Number 19, Nolan Couder, the ball carrier.
And we have a player down, so unfortunately I think we're going to send it to another quick break here,
Target by
folks.
number 17, Connor Monahan.
Okay, folks, we're back after that brief injury timeout. It looked like number 25, Elijah Jay, was able to get off on his own accord and get over to the medical bench. So it's going to be second down and about 5 here for the Korah Colts, with time winding down, 1:45 to go here in the first half. Handoff here to number 23, Logan Lajinin. Another hard run by Logan, and looks like he's
Logan
able to get
Lajinin,
another
ball
first
carrier.
down. So Korah's starting to get that train rolling, JB.
Yeah, I know that they have the lead. They're just going to lean back into what makes them a
Give it
really
up
good
for
running
Colts.
team, and that's
First
just
down.
attacking you at the second level,
Tackle
daring your
on the play, number
linebackers to step up and make a
86.
play,
Mason
daring your D
Humphrey.
lineman to try and break one of their angle blocks. And so far, Korah's kind of inserting their will here in the second quarter now that they've broken this game open.
So 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line of Llewellyn. Koski with a quick handoff, and the switch around. Lots of speed going on here by number 19, Nolan Kader, and Korah, touchdown.
All spreading the love a bit, and we mentioned earlier in the game,
Number 19,
Korah's got
Nolan
plenty of
Kader
options
into
that
the
they
end
can lean
zone
on.
for
They've got a
another
ton
Colts
of roster
touchdown.
depth, especially at the running back positions, and here Kader coming out of the W position on that reverse, and
Yeah,
just was able to find the edge, and not really a whole lot of resistance meeting him there on the second level.
No, you know, Korah had set that up. I got to give credit to Coach Cheech over there for Korah. He didn't have it seem to get it rolling there in the first quarter, but he's got onto their game plan, and he got them finally biting on that jet sweep to the outside, and then he ran a little reverse on them, and was able to get in untouched.
And that long snap there on the point after has been a bit of an issue for Korah here today, and another bit of details missing there on that one. Strachan tries to send it away, and it'll be no good. So 28-0. 1:23 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was a pivotal
The extra
touchdown.
point still
and,
good. The score is 28.
Not saying it's not insurmountable here, but Llewellyn's really going to have to get their offense rolling in the second half and get it rolling early, because they got a lot of touchdowns to make up.
Yeah, you mentioned it there in your last little spiel about Llewellyn. No, I didn't realize this is their first-year junior program. That's impressive for them to have gotten to this point with that. I know that this staff has done a good job in the last couple of years of getting their senior team on track, but you know, we've talked about it here in Sault Ste. Marie. Korah was built on their junior program. What your son's doing at White Pines, the revamp that they've had was built through the junior program first. So junior football in Northern Ontario, that's where you develop your football players of the future. That's where you develop your stars. So it's good to see that Llewellyn has this program. It's good to see the roster size that they have over there. And even more encouraging, the fact that their senior team's later up this afternoon as well. It means that they are having a lot of success at the local level in Sudbury. And you never know when that table's going to turn in that city with that many athletes, with that many people. It's just a matter of time before they figure out the football side of things there too.
Yeah, you know what, for a first-year group, pretty impressive start, and they just got to build on a few more things here. So long kick here. Korah was able to kick it right into the end zone, and number 25, who is off injured, is Ajay, is back out there again and wrapped up right at the 10-yard line. So Llewellyn's got another long
Another
field to
moving
go
kick
here.
into the end zone.
So
Return by number 25.
bag of tricks does Coach Lalo go
Elijah
to here?
Ajay.
I'm not sure, but he's got to
Ryder
get something
Staffney
rolling.
with another
Yeah,
deep
I
kick.
think the mistake you don't want to fall into is just trying to throw it deep now against this defense. There's a couple of really
First down,
big,
nice.
talented athletes in that secondary. I still think that the best place to attack this core defense is in the middle levels. Try to get some hooks, some slants into those zones where they're being soft. And if you see the blitz coming, almost prepare your quarterback for that and say, hey, look to see where the blitz is coming from. Try to run some routes in behind that, get some quick plays and some quick pops.
Yeah,
Korah's going to put pressure on you. Start to attack those soft spots.
well, he's got two people in the backfield with him, and he's got to get one of them to help with some blocking and, utilize these wideouts. That, number 13, Noah Scrabber, was
Yeah, he
great
looks
for them
great.
earlier. And if they're going to have any success, they got to get him into their game package. And there it is, right away. Robot able to beat a couple of tackles and pushed out of bounds.
Kawa's pass is complete to number 13.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Noah
all that it
Strobach.
is against this Korah defense. They're designed to not give you anything over
Force
top.
out of
They're
bounds,
not going to
number
let you have the
23,
big play,
Logan
and their
Lattimore.
D-line is going to make it hard for you to run the ball. So what does that leave you? Well, that leaves you the flats in the middle.
Second down.
And I think that 13 looks like he might be that player. I know that they came in hoping that 27 would be that guy because it seems like he's the one who got them there. But, you know, you need a good wide receiver to beat this Korah defense historically, and that seems to be your guy. And they're giving him a ton of space off the line, too.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Nisbet's kind of pulled the reins back. He's using the front four to try and get there. And that was thrown to really nobody. And
Second
Ryder Strachan
interception
able to
of the
come down
game
with
for number one,
an
Ryder
interception
Strachan.
with a minute 5 to go. So
Yeah, like I said, just deep over the middle you can't throw against this Korah defense because Strachan's just going to eat everything up, and that's kind of what they're baiting you into.
yeah, that looked like a misread because he was throwing that to a spot and the receiver, because there was really nobody there, John.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it-
you're right.
Unfortunate turn of events here for Llewellyn. Had a great start here and to the first half, and they seem to be struggling a little bit and going to need their defense to bail them out here with a stop in order to get this game not put away. So we're going to see what Coach Balchichio's got going on over there. Rolling out, trying to hit Gavin Grisdale. And success.
Touchdown, Colts. It's
Yeah, I mean,
Koski
there's not a whole
to
lot you can
Grisdale.
do there if you are
Touchdown.
Noah Screwbot. I mean, like, Noah's a big kid himself, but Gavin Grisdale's just a different thing. He's such a big, tall athlete. He loves to high point the ball. All summer for the Junior Sabercats, he was contested catch king. Just an absolute athlete, and he's not afraid to go up for the ball. And right there, Koski trusts his receiver, throws it up high, and lets his guy go get it.
Yeah, you know what, Coach Balchichio and head coach Elliott over there going for the dagger to that's a wow, big momentum change here now. Korah really showing their dominance here
Yeah, and I
late
think-
in the second part of the second half here.
And I was just about to say we're going to see if they can get their extra point cleaned up here, because if they do, that'll make it a 35-point deficit for Llewellyn, and that means that in the second half here we're going to see the clock go straight time, and it'll mean the game will go a little faster, but it's also going to be a chance for both teams to let their hair down a bit and just play football and not worry about the score anymore.
Yeah, unless they get something on the board, folks, for those there is a mercy rule, and it's 35 points. So if another team is up by 35 points, run straight time. But that can't occur until the second half. So it's pivotal for Llewellyn if they're going to need that stop clock in the second half to get back in this game, that they get some points on the board here to close out the half. So I think the first step here is having their returners back up a little bit further so that the ball doesn't get kicked over their head again.
Yeah, I just don't see their coaching. I think we're starting to see some conversation between the players now, but they're still not back far enough. You need to be almost at the goal line when the wind's at the back here.
Yeah, well, he's kicked it over their head twice now, so it's something to focus in on. So
Oh, and they're going to switch up their returners as if they think they're trying to avoid one or the other, but I don't think that's the big thing you have to be concerned about here. It's
it
the
doesn't look
depth.
like Korah's kicking to a spot here. They're just kicking it.
This is pinned right in the corner. What another amazing kickoff here. Just great special teams by Korah there.
Jay
Coach.
was able to bring the ball back out to about the 6-yard line, and Llewellyn's going to take over on their own 6.
You know, no matter what level you coach at, if you have solid special teams and kickers and athletes who can do that for you, you're in a good spot. And to have it at the junior level, I mean, Korah just always seems to produce these type of players, and special teams has never been their weakness. But, man, we've seen a couple of bombs from the kickoff here today from Korah.
Well, you know, the wind is definitely adding about 15 extra yards, I would say, John, and that's, you know, coaching staff's got to pick up on that, and I mentioned it myself, but again, they don't have the visibility that we have from up here either, so just a couple of adjustments they need to make, and for a first-year program, that's just something to pick up on, right? So
New game ball being switched in here, and that's the delay that we're waiting for.
Now we understand why referee Chow did not play quarterback on our men's team. He gave it the old slider fastball, went about 4 feet, so good thing he played defense for us because the hands just aren't there. Although, he is great at tossing a flag nice and high.
Best in the city.
So, Llewellyn back from the pistol again, trying to get something rolling for their offense. Quick pass out to Scrubba again. Pushed out. About a 1 yard gain on the play.
Pass complete to number 13, Scrubba.
You know, he's getting the ball out quick, but having those 2 guys standing right beside him is not helping him.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Coach. If you're going to be tossing it out to him in the flats like that, I would put another receiver out there and just make sure that you're at least getting a body on somebody, because right now he's being asked to try to evade 2 tackles right away himself, and there's no real help coming out from the backfield.
So back by himself, flares one out, and it's underthrown to number 88,
Fastball is incomplete. 4th down.
Bradley Veers.
And I just feel like number 17 now is rushing the ball out because he feels the pressure from that D-line after it's been getting him quite a bit here today. And can't help but blame a young man when that's the case, because this Korah D-line has been suffocating today.
Third down. Oh, that was underthrown and almost picked off by the Korah defender. Intended target looked like was number 88 again.
Pass nearly
Bradley
intercepted
Veers.
by number 51, Michael Marshall. 4th down.
And if you're Llewellyn right here, I think the smartest thing to do would be take a safety.
You have nothing to lose, Coach. I mean, you have 43 seconds left to go. It looks like we're going to be playing straight time for the second half. The last thing you want to do is try to force a play like a punt and have it blocked and only discourage your team more going into halftime. I also think Llewellyn is starting to suffer some depth attrition here, because they've had quite a few of their starters go down, and I think a lot of their guys have been 2-way starters here today too. So,
Yeah, well, you can see they got a couple of kids, 2 or 3, 4 or 5. There's about at least a dozen over there now with helmets off, and you know it's unfortunate, but it's part of the learning process too, right, John? Like, you understand that they've come a long way and they were able to. And there's the other safety. So unfortunate for the Llewellyn team. They had a great year in Sudbury, and you know, for a first-year team to win their whole thing, it's pretty impressive. So.
yeah, no doubt. No, I mean, I even look at this coaching staff here, and you know, some of these names and these last names are familiar to us, and that's a good thing that they have people coming back and reinvesting into the program and into the youth sports there. The one that sticks out to me is the Roca. You know, that's a pretty big family in the football community in Sudbury, some CFL connections there too. So they've got the right people, I think, here developing these young men and keeping them growing in the game of football. And you can see it in the fact that their senior and their junior programs seem to be taking a step above the rest in Sudbury.
Yeah, but you know what? Credit to them, and you know what we saw today in the first half, early in the first half, was just incredible what they've done with the first-year program. And unfortunately, you know, the Korah program is well known, and you know, there's a lot of really strong coaches over there, and it's just a momentum builder. And you know, it's they feed the senior program that's well known to Sault Ste. Marie as well. So this is a definite learning experience, but something that they're going to hope to build on, I'm sure.
Yeah, to anyone who's wondering, there's no shame in losing to this Korah team. They've been doing this to teams in Sault Ste. Marie for almost a decade now. So.
Strong run up the middle. Llewellyn able to bring him down after a 5-yard carry.
I mean, at this point, it seems like we have a good idea of what the end result of this game is going to be, and before halftime and before people tune out for the break here, I just want to make sure we give a nice shout out to Coach Elliott over there on the sideline for Korah too. 28 years he's been coaching at this level and giving his time to these kids, and he's the acting head coach here today, and if all continues the way it is, this will be the first time he receives a trophy on behalf of Korah after years and years of trying to help this program survive tough times. You know, there's a lot of people who you can credit for this dynasty being here today, but if Coach Elliott wasn't here during those lean times, I don't think this program would have been there to be saved.
You can't get a better guy, heart to heart. You know, he was my D-line coach when I was the defensive coordinator over there, and longtime football player. And if anybody deserves getting that trophy, it's Craig. So I'm not sure where they called that timeout here. They just should have took a knee. It's the end of the clock. So apologies, you should just tell them right now to take a knee instead of going out there and having a chat with them. But again, that's just my 2 cents worth being up here in the booth.
For those who have nothing to do later this afternoon as well, the 4 p.m. start time for the NOSSA senior semifinal is here at Spear Heights as well, between these same two schools. Number 6 program in the province, the Korah seniors, looking to get back to OFSA for the first time in 2 years after their long streak of doing so in the late 2010s and early 2020s. Finally back there with their star running back Nathan Gazzetti and decorated head coach Tom Annett, taking on this Llewellyn program, who are the 2-time senior champions now. And that's at 4 p.m. start time. The winner of that game will host the NOSSA final.
So this will be the last play of the second half, and we'll see what Coach Paul Ciccio did call in there when he walked out. Back to pass. Little flare out to number 10, Drew Alberry, and that's going to take us into the second half. We'll see you in about 10 minutes, folks. Welcome back, folks. We're just getting ready to get the second half underway here at Superior Heights John Wayne Fott football field in Sault Ste. Marie. Korah out to a commanding 37-0 lead, and unfortunately for the young Llewellyn team, they're getting a little bit overwhelmed here. They held their own in the first quarter, John, and second quarter seemed to be everything. The wheels fell off the truck there, so it's going to be up to them to see if they can get back into this game receiving the ball first.
Yeah, and you have to give Coach Lalo a lot of credit. They came in well prepared in the first quarter. It looked like it was going to be a tight game. It's just because Llewellyn came in, they were well coached. Their kids were executing the little gimmicks they had prepared for this big game, but ultimately the bag of tricks came a little short. So this core's depth and talent just kind of overruled the second quarter.
So kickoff to number 22, a little bit of a head tackle there, so that's going to be some extra yards on, might even be a face mask based on the way he went down.
Number 22,
So
Adrian
Aho with the return, and the flag is going to give them some additional yards. So
yeah, a bit of a break there. It looked like they were going to get pinned on special teams deep in their own end again, but unfortunately Logan Lajinen, one of the better tacklers this loop, just was a little high on his contact there and ended up getting a hand in the face mask. So Llewellyn coming away with an extra 15-yard bonus here to start the second half. But going back to the Llewellyn team, for those who are just tuning in now and relate to getting into the broadcast, this Llewellyn team here in Sudbury, brand new junior program, first year that they've run it, running into the number 6 program for football in the province. So definitely a tall task anytime you have to take on this Korah team, especially when you haven't faced someone of their caliber yet. And I think in Sault Ste. Marie even, you can say the only reason why there's even competitive games against Korah is because we've all had so many years to try and build a game plan and a strategy for it. But they're just so well coached. They execute their game plan so well. They're a very difficult program to compete with.
yeah, so we're going to see if Coach Lalo's got any tricks in store for this team. Quick out there and intercepted. That's not, oh, wow.
Pass is intercepted by number 23.
And there's the MVP, Logan Lajinen, and
Logan Lajinen.
there's a couple of weapons. They
Touchdown,
find the
Colts.
quarterback. I just don't want to be throwing their way. I'm looking for where number 1 is and where number 23 is downfield. And on that one, Logan Lajinen just kind of baited him into it. And there's a pick 6 for Korah here to start the half.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, there is a mercy rule. It's a 35-point spread. Greater than in the second half results in a straight time. So we're going to be on straight time, and this second half is going to be over before you know it. And unfortunately for the Llewellyn team there, feel bad for them, but the reigning MVP from the junior loop, Logan Lajinen, had eyes on that pass right from the get-go, and he's been well coached, and he's got some outstanding older brothers who are athletes and all-stars for the Korah program in previous years. So he read that play like a book, and he was in to score quickly. So extra point added on. Korah now out to an extremely commanding lead of 44-0.
The extra point is good.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Lalo, we're on the other side. It's just a matter of challenging our guys now to show character, to not quit, put something on film you can be proud of, build on for next year. This program has a bright future, obviously, in Sudbury. They're quite the team to compete with. They swept the football loop there. So, just having pride in the colors you're wearing, having pride in the school that you represent, having pride in yourself as a player, and trying to make sure that the opposition in yellow respects you at the end of the day, too, and can see you as a football player as well.
Yeah, you know what, and what this does, though, John, is that it provides a great opportunity for those kids that, maybe weren't on the first string, and the second stringers are now going to be able to get some playing time. And, obviously to be part of NOSSA final, that's not something you write down in your book, and it happens every day. So, unfortunately, Llewellyn's going to come out on the losing end of this one, but it's going to be good development, and they're going to get some significant playing time now in the second half.
And I highly doubt it's the last time we're going to see this Llewellyn team in a NOSSA final as well. So they seem to be building good things there. We've seen their team come up here quite a few times now in the last couple of years, and we'll still get to see their senior team one more time here today as well. Now, so Coach, you think they're going to make an adjustment on the kickoff return that you've been talking about?
You'd have to think. Looks like they're back a little further.
They're talking about it, yeah.
Yeah, but for those that aren't aware, there is a senior game right after this one, and we're going to have that for you about 4 p.m. this afternoon. So Korah with a little squib kick, and the looked like number 27 for Llewellyn, Levi Bluen, was forced out of bounds right around the referee Chow. Looks like he's at around the 14-yard line. So,
And I get the sense that Levi's a player we're going to hear a lot about in the years to come as well. Hopefully he plays for their Sudbury Spartans program as well and their OSFL team. You never know, though, with Sudbury, some of these guys could be AAA hockey players that are going to make other choices when it comes to their summer programming, but it'd certainly be a good sign for Sudbury football if some of these top athletes started joining their summer programs as well.
yeah, I know they have a lot of club teams that they do for basketball, so they don't even play in the regular league. Some of them, they're busy with club teams, so. So from under center, a little reverse action with a pass, and that was unfortunately picked off. So give credit to Coach Lalo to
44.
try and come up with some razzle dazzle, and the Korah defenders were all over that. And I think had he ran the ball there instead of a halfback pass, he had some daylight in front of him. And
Yeah, you had some space there.
Really tough to see
Fortunately,
with
when
the
you're a
number
running back and you get a
44.
chance to throw the ball, usually you try to take it where you can. You don't get a whole lot of chances, but there it proved costly.
Korah's ball on the 20-yard line.
so I'm pretty confident Korah's going to start rolling a little bit of their bench here. I still see quite a few starters on there, but and I know it's early, but it's not because it's street time. So I want to see Korah get to that bench, and I know Coach Elliott and I were always on the same philosophy, rolling our defenders and getting them in some playing time. So
Yeah, I do see some different running backs back there at least, so we're going to see some different ball carriers here in the second half. They start with Gavin Grisdale on a double pass, though. I don't know if that was backwards, though. Was it, Coach? There's no flags. Almost reception. Almost caught, too, downfield.
it was definitely a little razzle dazzle there. He had somebody streaking across the middle, and they were unable to bring that down.
I don't know. Grisdale had that arm on him.
Well,
That was a good 35 yards in the air from that one. Looks like we have Jaron Caldman at the tailback position. And there he is. Oh, great play.
great tackle there by number 74, I
Number
believe.
24, Jamin Caldwell, the ball
Chelsea
carrier.
Godwin with the tackle.
Tackled by number 74, Chelsea
Yeah,
Godwin.
great job there on the angle. Trying to
Big
take away that top shoulder and just didn't fall for the outside. Stuck to the contain angle. Was able to make the play.
Clock winding down. We're 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. End around here. Not developing. Wrapped up. Number 34 for Korah. Caleb Leighton.
Number 34, Caleb Leighton.
And looks like we're going to have an injury timeout. We're going to send this one back to the booth for a brief timeout. Okay, folks, we're back, and unfortunately, Thomas Mullally was injured on the play, and he was able to get up on his own steam and make himself over to the bench. So he'll get looked over there by the medical staff, and Korah has the ball here, 4th down. Another pass to Grisdale, and I think Grisdale got away with a little bit of a shove there, JB. That defender was there, and there's a flag from referee Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, it's
Probably an objectionable conduct.
Yeah, it's going to be
Pass
excessive
is complete
celebration
to
again.
Kevin Grisdale for the touchdown. Penalty marker after the touchdown was successful.
So we're waiting to see exactly what the penalty is, folks. We're going to go with it's going to be objectionable conduct, but he's talking to the... in fact, it is, so it's going to be probably an excessive, as you said.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you made a play and you're a receiver here, but you're up 50-0 here. I'm not sure I'm celebrating too much when I score at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's up to the coaching staff over there to reel them in and, bring it down just a little bit. I know you're excited. It's a NOSSA final, but...
Yeah, Gavin's a good kid, too. It's nothing harmful. It's just life lesson to teach for the future, I think.
Yeah, but I don't even think it was against him. He was far in the end zone. It was...
No, it was. He did a little celebration where he kicked it off of his hand like it was glued to it type thing. Yeah.
So the extra point is good, and it is now 51-0. Wow, what do you do if you're Coach Lalo now? It's, the wheels have completely come off the bus here, and
Yeah, I try to get my star players a little bit involved. I go back to, what I was saying earlier, I think it was 13 on their side, right? Is it Noah?
yeah, for sure.
So I go back to him a bit, that mid to short game. I know you've tried a couple times, it hasn't worked great, but in breaking routes like slants, some soft spot zone hooks, things like that. Just try to get your quarterback and him some chemistry for the future. I think that seems to be a big piece of their future offense. And 27 looks like a great player too. Maybe try to find a way to move him into the slot, see if there's not something you can do with him in space, and add some running backs in the backfield to help with the protection. I think that's really all you can do at this point. Is just try to make some chunk plays and gain some confidence on offense here.
Well, one of the things I've noticed, though, is that they were able to run the ball earlier in the game, and they've kind of abandoned it now. And, you're not, at this point of the game, you're not trying to get back in it. You're just trying to, just work on stuff. And
yeah, keep your offense on the field.
For them, I think that, just try and run the ball out a little bit and see what you can get. And get it out in some space and, some quick pitches and try and force the defenders to capitalize on that. So this is going to be the last play of the third quarter, folks. We'll have the kickoff, and we'll get right into the fourth quarter. Korah getting ready to kick off. Kick is a little bit shorter now. Fielded by Ajay on the 25-yard line. Able to break past a couple of defenders, and Korah's bringing him down somewhere around the 26, 27-yard line.
Ajay with the return. That's where they'll take over 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line.
We're going to flip the field here and maybe a good chance for a quick sponsor reel.
All right, folks, we flipped the dish where play is underway here early in the fourth quarter. Llewellyn with the ball. Back to pass, and unfortunately a little sidearm flick was number 17. Connor Monahan was unable to bring that one in. So
Pass intended for number 17.
quarterback
Monahan, and
Kawa there,
incomplete.
you know, rushing things just a little bit. He had a little bit more time than I think he thought he did, and unfortunately, he kind of sidearm slung that one and didn't get anywhere. So,
Yeah, that's the byproduct of facing pressure all day is you start to have your internal clock work against you a bit. You start to speed it up in your head and feel like you have less time than you actually do.
so a handoff run here up by number 17, able to gain about 5 or 6 yards here on the play. So, number 17, Connor Monahan.
Yeah, Connor, another one of those two-way stars it looks like for Llewellyn, playing linebacker today as well, and nice hard run. Initially didn't have much to work with off the handoff, but a nice little cut to his right and was able to find a way up that far side.
I'm also seeing some new numbers out here for Korah, JB, and looks like some of the secondary players are getting some opportunity to be in the game and be part of the game, so very pivotal for them. Third down, let's see if they can get to the first down here. Back to pass to number 17, breaking
Pass it,
free.
breaks to number 17. Ball is loose.
He fumbled
Picked
his
up
own
again.
ball, picked it back up again.
Touchdown. Nice.
Touchdown, Llewellyn.
Number
They're on the
17,
board. Number
Connor
17,
Monahan.
heavy dose,
In the end zone
Connor
for
Monahan
a
there, and able to
touchdown.
get down all the way down the field and erase that goose egg on the board.
Well, we talked about star players that you want to just start trying to get the balls to and see what can happen. And they were talking about 13 earlier, Noah Scrobot, but 17, who's listed as a linebacker on the game sheet, has really showed up here in this drive. They tried to get a quick fullback screen pass to him. They weren't able to hit it. Give him a power after that, and he was able to cut it and get a big chunk play. And then there, just looks like a man amongst boys. Just such a big, tall athlete. We didn't know he had that kind of speed, too. And you mentioned it. He ends up fumbling the initial tackle attempt. It bounces back up to him, and he still was able to take it back the rest of the way. Impressive play by the young man.
And on top of that, he's their long snapper, it looks like. He's
Just gas, probably.
he's probably exhausted having to now snap the ball. Oh, unless they're going to go for two. They are, in fact. So he's putting his glove backs on, and, why not?
Yeah, you and I talked about it. I don't know, people who are tuning in from Sudbury, they haven't heard us have this conversation, but as you get to the end of the season in junior, you start to see some of these junior players resemble senior football players. And man, oh man, did he ever look like he's ready for the senior loop on that play.
Yeah, stout young man, and you got him in the backfield here, and I'd give it to him again.
Oh!
Unfortunately, the pass by quarterback Kawa hit the upright as they were going for two. He had somebody open, and obviously the post deflected it down. So
Yeah, it looked like he was aiming for Adrian Aho there out of the slot on a quick cross route. And floated a little bit too much, and the woodwork got in the way a bit. But hey, for Llewellyn, what a great momentum turn here. You got to be feeling a bit better about yourself here after that play. You know that you have the players who can do it. I know that they're rotating some subs in for Korah, but that's just all the more reason to believe that you can still win this fourth quarter if you put your mind to it.
yeah, you know what? Take the small victories. They're on the board now, and get out there and play some defense.
Well, and like you said, even for Monahan, how many times you get to say you played in a NOSSA final? And fewer people even still get to say they scored a 70, 80-yard touchdown in a NOSSA final. One that you fumbled and bounced back to yourself is even more rare. So it was a fun play.
So number 77 out to do the kickoff duties. Wanjet Eden. And a little squib kick up the middle, fielded by Gavin Grisdale. I'm not sure that's the guy you want to kick it to.
Yeah, good corralling there. Team defense.
Great tackles there by number 2, Jack McDonald, and number 74, Chelsea Godwin.
And Grisdale has to be careful
Or
here because
Chesley,
he
sorry.
already has an OC, and he's talking a bit after the play here to a couple of the Welland players. The second OC would not necessarily impact them this year, as this is their final game, but it does carry over in another sport, or to the next season, excuse me.
So 6:41 to play here.
Looks like Llewellyn's rolling in some new bodies on defense as well.
Credit to the coaches to, remembering that this is a development game and letting some players play. So, hand off here to number 34 for Korah, Caleb Leighton. Got himself about 6 yards on that carry.
Number 24, Jaron Kalma, the ball carrier. Gained about 6 yards, second down.
And looks like Korah has definitely made a change at quarterback, and Declan Murdoch now quarterback.
Murdoch and quarterback, something we'll hear more of later today too. His older brother starting for the senior team in the 4 p.m. tilt. I keep wanting to say final, but it's the semifinal this afternoon.
It is a
That was
semifinal,
30
in
for the
fact,
ball
and
carrier.
the winner of that game will host the NOSSA final. So, an end around here. It's like number 24, Jared Kalma with the carry, and it looked like a bit of a head tackle, sort of face mask potentially. So,
Number 24, Jaron Kalma, the ball carrier.
Yeah, lots of new numbers on the field here, even for the Korah side. Some numbers I don't necessarily have on my roster sheet here, though, unless I'm reading the numbers wrong themselves. I'm trying to find an 80 and a 30 because I can't tell which one it is, but I don't see either of those on the roster sheet.
yeah, I'm not sure where this roster got printed from, but
Well, 5 minutes of straight time left here, and Llewellyn trying to fight back. A nice stop on second down. Well, oh no, they're going to get it. Move forward. I did forget it was a 15-yarder applied there.
yeah, so it's going to give Korah another first down based on the head tackle. So it's going to put the ball at the 41-yard line with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Declan Murdoch under center. Rolling out, trying to find a receiver. Throws a great ball, but it's far away from his intended target. Looked like number 34, Caleb Leighton.
Yeah, and great job there by Byron Marshall, the safety, number 2 from Llewellyn, to come up, put some pressure on Murdoch there on the throw, resulting in it being short on that play. Was able to get a little stick on him, but didn't cross any lines. Was just a good defensive play and forced an incomplete.
So it's going to be second down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Another handoff here to number 34, Caleb Leighton, trying to get to the outside. Brought down by number 7, Jack McDonald.
Number 34,
I
Caleb
believe.
Leighton.
Yeah, I think that might have
With
been
the
2
carry?
Byron Mitchell again.
Sorry.
Or Marshall, excuse me. I think that's number 2. He's made a couple of plays there today out there in the flats. So
He has, my old eyes just
Gain of
can't see
5
that
yards,
far.
third down.
And there's the 3-minute warning with 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 51-6 to score. Hometown Korah Colts with the lead. Fumble from under center, and the running back smartly falls on it. Or the lineman potentially here, it looked like. That looked like number 50, Jacob Mayville, covering the fumble. It's going to force fourth down.
yeah, I don't see any mass subs here, Coach. So I think they're just going to go for it and see what happens.
Time winding down. Oh, he is down. He took a, unfortunate, he slid and took a knee, and that looked like Jaron Kalma there, unfortunately,
Number
went down.
24,
And Llewellyn will
Jaron
take
Kalma.
over on downs.
Not enough for a
with
first down. The
just
Knights will
under
take
2 minutes
over
to go
first
in the
down.
game.
Yeah, and if you're Llewellyn, you're facing a couple of reserves to get for Korah again here in this drive. So, pick one of your star players and see if they can't dominate a drive. Have a nice memory to finish off this season and continue to let your star players just kind of chip away at this score a bit.
So it looks like Korah definitely rolling, getting all their players in, which is great to see. Quarterback back, throws it up, tried to nail down Sikorsky on the long pass, unable to bring it in.
Pass intended for Skrobot.
Yeah, I know. I think Skrobot had a good track on it. I just don't know if he lost it in the sun or wasn't sure where it was going to be placed. I thought there was a good chance at that being a big streak away play, but
Yeah, the ball just seemed to float just a little bit further than he anticipated. So it's second down here and 2nd and 10. Quick pass out. Tried to hit number 83, Will Galasine, and unfortunately he was unable to reel it in.
I don't know if this is going to be the last play, but second last play for sure, if not.
Well, I got to think the coach is, he's not going to punt it on this, so if it's not the last play, I don't think he's going to turn it over on downs here, so 3rd down. He's able to hit Skrobot.
Oh, he's got the edge.
Pass complete to number 13.
Is anybody going to catch him is the question.
Going to the end zone.
And
for the
he
touchdown.
made it. He's into the end zone, folks. You know, hats off to him because he was one of those players they were targeting the whole game, trying to get him rolling, and you know, that might make the ride home a little bit better for him. So
Yeah, no doubt. We saw potential in him early. We knew that he was going to be one of their dynamite players here today, and it's nice to see him get his effort rewarded and on the board here before the end of the day. And
So-
I mean,
And
Korah's
that's the
bench.
end of the ball game. Your 2024 NOSSA champions.
So that's going to be the
The
end of the
Colts.
game. Referee Greb has whistled and flipped the flag. So the final score here, folks, from John Wayne Fott Field, 51-12. Credit to Coach Harley Lalo and his staff of Colin Rivers, Aussie Wilson, and Franco Rocca for their valiant effort here today, coming up on the short end. But had a big credit to my buddy Craig Elliott, and I'm just so happy for him right now. I couldn't even get it out. So, unfortunately, Coach Bernabucci's down there coaching hockey, and you know, it's going to be great to see you go give that trophy to him. Credit to them. So,
Yeah, I'm excited. It's an honor for me. Last year I got to hand Jim Monaco his first trophy, and today I get to hand my first, or Coach Elliott his first, so real honor for me as well.
so thanks for all those that are watching. We'll see you just at, around 4 o'clock for game number 2. Have a good afternoon, folks.